Hello and welcome to the Rob Burgess Show. I'm, of course, your host, Rob Burgess. On this, our 290th episode, our returning guest is Ash Burgess. Ash Burgess has been a guest on dozens of previous episodes. For a complete list, check the show notes. Ash Burgess has a dusty degree in religious studies and an appetite for both high and low culture. She strives to celebrate the best of every season with her young children. Follow her on Instagram and subscribe to her YouTube channel. And now, on to the show. Welcome back to the Rob Burgess Show. Ash Burgess.
Yes.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you. I'm excited. We're right in the Christmas season right now.
From Boxing Day.
Yes.
But I feel good about our Christmas experience overall.
I do too. I think it's been a good Christmas. I think, I feel like every year we've kind of more figured out what we like to do.
Mm-hmm.
As far as just like our own family traditions. And I felt like pretty good this year about just kind of like, it's, not that we didn't like make any additions or changes or anything, but like the general feeling of kind of like knowing what we're doing and having certain things that we like to do.
Mm-hmm. So we had talked leading up to Christmas, I think, about how we thought things were going to go. And I was interested in kind of visiting back with some of our presenting ideas, especially.
Oh yeah, like with the gifts, I think, we
Yeah.
can talk about that and then just like general activities too.
Mm-hmm.
So did you want to start with?
We can do the activities. What activities?
Okay. Well, we went to that Winter Lights, like the
Mhm.
big like kind of walk through. It's like an outdoor museum, or rather it's like the outdoor area of a museum that's in the closest big city to us. Like they have a thing that they do every year where you walk through and there's like all kinds of Christmas lights and like musical features and stuff to see.
Mhm.
And this is, I think, at least the third time we've done it.
Mm-hmm.
We've been going, I mean, we've gone pretty consistently, but then there have been years where it, got too cold or something and then we didn't end up being able to go. But it is one of those things that I look forward to doing every year.
Yeah. It was really cool to do that again.
It was really cool, although I will say, I hate to say this, but I was almost a little underwhelmed this year by the lights. I think because this year we also went to the same place for their Harvest Festival, and we had never done the Harvest Festival one before, and the Harvest Festival one was actually like better than I thought it was going to be.
Some of us thought so.
Yes, well, I guess the way that the winter one was better is that all of us had a good time at the winter one, whereas I felt like even though the Harvest one that we went to, I mean, it was specifically more of a Harvest Festival than a Halloween festival. Like, it wasn't meant to be, like, incredibly scary or anything.
Mm-hmm.
But they had this sort of eerie music playing in certain parts of it, and I mean, our 2-year-old was, like, horrified. Like, to him, it was, like, like one of those, like, Scream Park type of places that we see advertised on the billboards where it's just, like, one horror after the next. Whereas this was actually more like you're walking through the enchanted forest of glowing mushrooms and some like slightly spooky music is playing, but like something about the slightly spooky music to him was just like, it was like a huge no.
Although at the Winter Lights, they did have one part that he did also find the music was somewhat disturbing.
That would be actually a consistent criticism I have for this place, though, is that I think at every event we've gone to, their musical selections I would categorize as, like, poor.
Yes.
And it's especially interesting their music selections are so poor, considering that, first of all, this is an expensive event. Like, this is a place that, like, they charge a lot for the tickets, and then they're, like, still trying to gouge you. It's like you've already spent, like, $100 or more for the tickets for your family to go to the event, and then somehow they want you to pay like $25 more to park.
Although that was full this time, they didn't even try to get me to do it.
They were like, the parking lot is full, just go to the free area like you were going to anyway. And then they're like, they have the glow necklaces from the dollar store, but only for $20 each. Your children can like have them, and like there's like really like upcharging like drinks around every corner and stuff. So I mean, this is definitely like an event where it's like, I think their target demographic is definitely like people with money to spend.
Yes.
But it's also supposed to be like, not just like, oh, you have money to spend, but it's supposed to be like a classy, tasteful event. Like, this is at an art museum.
Yes.
And so you would think, being that they're an art museum, and music is an art form, and that you're paying a lot, so it's like not like this couldn't be in the budget, that the musical selections would be better.
It sort of reminds me of one of those sound effects albums that they have playing at like Halloween or whatever.
But those are like the sound effects albums that like
From,
if you
like,
go
the
into
dollar
like
store.
Spirit Halloween, it's playing in the background. But it's like, I want a little bit more than that for this event, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I'm also including in my criticism of their music when we went to the Mother's Day thing there and they had the fake DJ.
Well, yes. Well, that was a different.
But it's still musically not well chosen.
Yes.
Like, whoever was in charge of selecting and vetting the music wasn't great. But anyway, so other than the fact that our 2-year-old was horrified, I actually thought that there was like more to see at the Harvest one, and it was like almost like it kind of exceeded my expectations. And I'm sure some of that was the novelty because we hadn't been to that one before. Whereas the Christmas one we've been to before, and I didn't really feel like there was anything about it that like exceeded my expectations this year, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, it was still fun. I'm glad we went. I'm definitely planning to go again next year. But
yeah, no, I liked it overall. I especially like the synchronized lights with the music on the lawn of the.
Yes, like,
that was cool.
Yeah, because there's a mansion like on the grounds, and then there's like the lawn is lit up, and it was synchronized to go like with music from the Nutcracker, like with like kind of like a whole like light show. That was, I think, everybody's favorite part.
Sure.
The kids might have liked better. There was a part where there were these glowing orbs like all over this sort of hillside, like as you're walking through this forest area, and there were buttons that they could press to control it. So obviously this is their favorite part. You could press buttons and it would, you know, change the different color schemes of the glowing
patterns
orbs.
of the lights.
Yeah, we had to like drag them away from that area. They just wanted to like stay and stay.
Yes, exactly.
But the poorly chosen music we were talking about for that was when we went through the sort of ice, like I feel like it was like a very like ice castle inspired area. And there was this like swirling icy wind sort of music. And it did sound like it was like a little much.
Yeah.
It was like, which I thought was cool. I thought like placement wise, that's one of the last things that you would go through before you leave.
Yes.
And I wish that would have been more in the middle, and I would have liked to end with one of the more like festive, jolly kind of things.
Yes. I agree.
But overall, it was still like a lot of fun, and we did pick the nicest night to go as far as like warmth.
Yes, definitely.
It was like unusually warm, like almost like 50 degrees or something.
I didn't think it was a bold choice to have the giant fire pits out there.
Yes, I mean, it's like there was an area where you could buy little s'mores making kits, and then they just had these like giant, kind of like half circle iron things with like just fires blazing.
Yeah, which is a cool idea, but I mean, there's a lot of little kids around, and you know.
It did seem like they was fairly well staffed, like they had like a lot of attendants, you know, for like that area. So I think there were people standing like at the ready with the fire extinguishers. But still, it did seem like a little bit of a bold move for like the situation.
There were fire extinguishers posted, I noticed, right next to each one. But
still, I mean, it's a nice idea to like roast the s'mores and like Yeah,
it's cool. But we did not go to the gingerbread house of shame this year, so.
Oh,
I guess we still could. There's a few days left.
Oh, you mean when we went to the Christmas lights thing and we hadn't like prepaid to like drive through the lights, so then you had to like go down this like side road and to pay with cash or whatever. Yeah, they kind of make you feel like what you didn't plan to come here.
Yeah. Which, I mean, I'm actually probably paying more than most people because I didn't plan ahead, so it's like, shouldn't you be treating me nicer? Like,
right.
I paid full fare.
But no, at first when you said gingerbread house, I was thinking of, we didn't go inside the mansion at the other event we were just talking about that we went to.
We went during the Halloween.
And it was nice. I mean, I would have liked to go in the mansion this time. It's just that I made a commitment to myself that I wasn't going to take the kids inside any buildings, like, at all. Like, if I could help it, like, pretty much in the week leading up to Christmas.
Yeah.
Just because the last few years, I mean, just with the number of kids we have, I feel like it's almost inevitable that, like, somebody goes to some event and then brings home some kind of germ and then we're sick on Christmas.
Yes.
And I was like, this year, one of my top goals is, like, not to be sick on Christmas. So we're like, we're not going to take the kids, like, shopping at Five Below for like presents for each other like 3 days before Christmas or something. Like any of that has to be done like well in advance, and we're just like going to as much as possible avoid any like super germy things.
I think we avoided most illnesses, but we did have an incident in front of the tree.
Well, yes, I mean, it's funny though because I feel like there's always an incident in front of the tree.
Well, we should back up for people that haven't listened to the previous episodes, because I'm sure that we've talked about this on a previous episode, but how old was Emerald when this happened?
This might have been like 3 years ago.
So she was 5?
Yes.
Okay,
and
so,
we had, we'd gone somewhere, we'd caught some sort of virus or something.
Yeah. To her credit, she rallied.
She did. Quickly. She still enjoyed the rest of the day, but it was like, okay, so Christmas morning, one of our kids like came out of their room, that moment where you look at the Christmas tree, you're a kid, you've come out, you see the presents are under there, it's wonderful, it's magical. She was like looking at the Christmas tree, and suddenly she just kind of like curled into a ball and like vomited like right in front of the tree. I felt so bad for her.
But like I said, she recovered admirably. I would have been done. I would have been like, goodbye, I'm going back to bed
Exactly,
now.
But she was able to rally and like she seemed like she enjoyed the rest of the day. But still, that's what I was trying to avoid when I was like, we can't go anywhere.
But yes.
But this year, I mean, it's been a really hard year for our Christmas tree because I mean, we have a 2-year-old. Not just any 2-year-old either. We have like a very rambunctious 2-year-old that brings a lot of like I don't want to stereotype people, but I do think he brings a lot of masculine energy to the home.
Yes.
Not that little girls don't get into mischief and climb things and like aren't rough, but like.
It's funny that you're saying this right now because he's wearing a pink Santa.
Oh, you mean the pink Santa pajamas he's wearing? I mean, this is what happens when you're like.
We were scrambling for pajamas the other night, and
when
I just
you're
grabbed
a
some
fourth
of
child.
his sisters.
I feel
these
like
fit you pretty well. Look at these.
I feel like the rules for hand-me-downs become more flexible the more children you have. Like I feel like with our daughter, like our firstborn daughter, but our second child, I feel like we hardly dressed her in any of the hand-me-downs from our firstborn son because they were like too masculine looking or something. And then I feel like with our third, we were definitely a little more flexible with like her wearing some of the other and now I feel like with our fourth, it's like, yeah, like when we buy clothes specifically for him, we're, buying gendered clothing or whatever, but like I definitely feel like he's more likely to end up in like a random pink set of pajamas or something when there's like a laundry emergency.
Yes. But anyway, you were saying male energy, very rambunctious.
Yes. I mean, just very like he's a real vigorous explorer right now.
Oh, yeah.
And I mean, the Christmas tree just like, I mean, there's been so many days where I'm in the kitchen trying to like wash dishes or like cook dinner or something, and then I look across because we have an open plan in our space, so like our kitchen and living room are separate, but you can see from the kitchen into the living room. And I'll look across into the living room where he's playing and the tree is, and like the tree's like sideways, like on the ground, So I mean, we barely managed to even put any ornaments or anything on this year, and like it's just like the tree's been through a lot.
Definitely not on the lower half of the branches.
No, well, also it's really hard because one of my favorite memories as a kid was the ornaments that we had that were like animals and things that were like super delightful.
Mm-hmm.
So I've made sure to get some like super delightful, like soft animal type of ornaments for the kids, but I just cannot get them to stop playing with them. Like they're too delightful.
Yes, there's penguin.
There's penguins and there's like little reindeers wearing like ballet costumes and little mice, like it's too exciting, and I can't get them to stop taking them off the tree, and like they're like putting on their own performance of the Nutcracker, and I'm like, you guys, we just have to stop touching the ornaments. But so between him trying to play with the ornaments and redecorate and just like general shenanigans, the tree has, it's been knocked over. It's been reconfigured. It's been unplugged and replugged, and the lighting color switch has been changed too many times. And this tree was already kind of not my favorite, though, because it's like our previous tree that we had before that I liked a lot, and then I think something happened and it suffered a critical injury, like it snapped in half.
Yeah.
And it was just like it wasn't coming back. So we kind of had to just surge out and like just impulsively get a tree. And this one, I always kind of, when you buy something and it's like oh, this will be fun for like a year, but it's not really what you're envisioning owning long term, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of how I felt about this tree anyway, and now it's like, it's been through so much, it's like not like looking so well.
Yeah.
But
It's going to leave our living room soon.
I think next year we might need to just get one of those like fences or something. You know when people put like a baby gate like around the tree?
Yes.
I've always resisted doing that because I feel like aesthetically it's not good.
Yeah, but I mean...
But comparatively it might be aesthetically better than having the tree be like bent in half and like undecorated, you know?
Yes.
But we haven't even said, you know, the big thing that happened this year to the tree. Because this was near the tree, this wasn't to the tree.
Oh yeah, sorry, you only worked up to the...
Yeah, no, this was all just a preamble for like this year's tree disaster. And I feel like these are the kind of stories that I think are in a way, like even though at the time that this was happening it felt like really not great, these are the type of stories that I enjoy as like, this is going to be one of our like, this is like a little piece of our family history. This is the kind of like good struggle that like a happy family experiences. Because it's like nothing really bad is happening. It's just kind of like the general snafu of like family life.
Yes.
So the thing was, I mean, he's never done anything like this before.
No.
Like, I know that there are some kids that have like a chronic issue with like reaching in their diaper and like smearing poop like at nap time or like randomly or something.
Yeah.
And that's never been an issue for us, like at all. Like he's never done this.
Yeah.
But of course it would happen like on Christmas Eve because just, you know, all the kids were vibrating on a very high frequency. Like excitement levels are high, and that can be a good thing because everyone's like singing and dancing, but it can also be like people are crying more easily and doing terrible things that they've never done before. So once again, I'm like trying to get things done. Like I was trying to like, you know, a few things, because like for me the holiday feels nicer if the house is clean. Mm-hmm. So I was trying to do a few things like clean the bathroom and like just like a few sprucing up around the house type of things. Meanwhile, I think you were actually like, I think at the store getting like the few like last odds and ends that we needed that we couldn't like track down maybe the day before or something.
Figs.
Yeah, fresh figs did not happen.
I looked at like almost half a dozen stores.
That was like not an essential item though, so it's fine. I just think that like we have to go to a different store for those. Yeah. They're like apparently never available where we try to shop. But anyway, so I look into the living room and somehow our 2-year-old has like reached into his diaper and smeared excrement in like a rainbow arc of like just like around the base of the Christmas tree. And he was like upset about it, but it was like, why have you done this?
There was a lot of poop too.
No, it was like, I mean, I think he'd had some kind of like an emergency, like, you know. So fortunately we own, as any, you know, family with 4 kids probably should, fortunately we own our own carpet shampooing machine.
Oh my god. Yeah.
So I like, you know, like you had to take him upstairs for like an emergency bath because like by this time you were getting home. So like you took him up for a bath and I like shampooed the carpet and then... But then, of course, the carpet's, like, moist all around the base of the Christmas tree, so I was worried about presents getting moist and stuff, so we had to, like, relocate the tree to, like, a different spot inside the house.
Mm-hmm.
So that was, like, small snafu number 1.
Mm-hmm.
And then the second one also, you know, needs a bit of lead up. An important feature of the story is that our daughter, our 8-year-old, is very, very into Taylor Swift. As, I mean, I think a lot of 8-year-olds are these days, and adults and smaller children.
All ages?
Yes, Taylor Swift very popular. But I think that, you know, I would be less encouraging of her being into Taylor Swift if it wasn't for the fact that, like, our daughter actually is a musician. Like, she plays a couple different instruments. Mm-hmm. And she's very motivated to, like, she'll actually, like, you know, play Taylor Swift songs and stuff. Like, she's finally kind of gotten to the point where she can try to work on doing that.
And I got her several songbooks from the library of, like, whole album music of each song that she's been going through.
So that makes me, I think, more encouraging of her, like, Taylor obsession than I would be otherwise. If she was just kind of, like, this into celebrity, like, randomly, but, like, in a way that wasn't, like, actually like inspiring and motivating her in like a more like I think actual like positive way for like her own growth. But I do think that this has been like a good thing for her.
Yes.
So anyway, for her birthday, we had gotten her a doll that isn't like, it's one of these things where it's like, it wasn't branded as a doll of Taylor Swift, but like clearly it was inspired by Taylor Swift because it looks too much like Taylor Swift not to be. You know, obviously it's supposed to be.
I might
Taylor
consider
Swift.
suing if I was Taylor, but yes.
Yeah, like just like it's definitely Taylor.
It's up to the legal limit of like what isn't like copyright infringement, basically.
And that was why I had gotten her the doll, because it was like as soon as I saw it, I was like, this looks like Taylor Swift. She's gonna love this. And she loved it like even more than I thought she would. I mean, like she would like play with that like every day for hours, like giving entire concerts in her room with the doll, like to the point where it's like it's something where she was enjoying it like fully, but in the manner that one would assume that the doll was made to
No,
enjoy.
not in any way outside of what you would expect from an 8-year-old.
And so she was devastated when one of the hands snapped off.
Not only one of the hands, like the hand that hold the microphone.
Yeah, and the guitar.
And
like
the guitar.
Yeah, so, and we tried to reattach the hand because we're not the family that just like if a toy breaks, our general thing is not to replace the broken toy. Usually it's just like, okay, that thing is gone now.
Yeah.
Or we could, maybe it's something that can be repaired. But if the thing cannot be repaired, it's just gone. We're not like, okay, we need to get a new one of these. So we tried to repair it, and it did not work. We tried several different ways of reattaching the hand, and every time the hand just came back off. And then finally, the last time we tried to repair the hand, it actually just got lost. And she was just devastated, like heartbroken.
Yes.
And so, like I said, we don't normally just like replace the kids' toys that break. So, she was just kind of sad it was broken, but that was it. So we decided that as one of her Christmas gifts, we would get her a replacement. So we got her the replacement, and then she was very, very excited and grateful when she opened it. Like, she was overjoyed. And she immediately, of course, wanted me to open the package and, help her, unbox the doll so she could start playing with it. And as soon as we opened the package, we made a horrifying discovery.
Not only was it broken.
This one just didn't have the hand.
Missing.
Which, of course makes me think there's something defective about the way that hand was attached.
It has to be.
But also just, you can imagine how upsetting it was. Like, she cried.
Christmas morning tears.
Yeah, like she was like sobbing, like it was awful. She was, because and I think it's not only is it the disappointment, but it's the high and the low. Because already you're at a high because it's Christmas morning, and then there's the high of like you got the thing that you wanted, and you're excited as it's like being opened up. You're like about to start playing with it, and then the disappointment. So that was very, very upsetting. We had to like surge out to the store. Well, you had to surge out to the store this morning.
I did.
And like get a replacement, which you looked at very carefully to make sure that the hand was in fact there.
Although it was the last one in the store, so.
Yeah, so I hope that this hand stays around longer. Because we're not gonna just like keep getting new dolls every time this hand falls off. I'm really hoping this one just kind of does what it needs to do.
But are you joining me in my dislike of this kind of doll yet, or are you?
I'm so torn because I think that I dislike this kind of doll because I think the quality is not good.
These are LOL dolls, in case.
These are LOL dolls, but the specific ones that the problem is that I like things that the kids play with a lot, and sometimes you can't control what your kids are going to play with a lot. And there's some things that the kids might play with, but I'm not going to get because I find them so distasteful. But these are on the line where I'm upset because the quality is bad, and I usually like to buy things that I think are good quality. But I do think that some of them are very cute. And the kids play with them so much that it makes it worth it. So, I don't know, it's very mixed.
I don't like them because I think they're cheaply made.
Yes,
I think I've been vindicated in that.
Agree, yes.
And I think that they do not promote a good image. I just don't think they promote good morals and values. Like, they don't look like they're up to any good or headed anywhere good.
I think that's true of some of them, but not all of them. Like, I think some of those dolls I think that the outfits are distasteful.
Also, I find the giant eyes aesthetic really off-putting. Just as I know that's not unique to the LOL dolls because there's other, there's that famous artist that has like the giant.
Yeah,
eyes.
that's like not for you.
I don't like that.
But I guess for me though, I'm on the line because I think a lot of the LOL dolls, I don't like the way they're dressed, and I do think that they're not like promoting anything good. But then some of them I do think are very cute, like the one that looked like Taylor. Like, that one looks like Taylor, and I think that one is, like, a legitimately very cute
And she has a guitar, so she's
Yes.
actually doing something productive.
Yes. But and there are some others, like, I'm very picky about which LOLs I've bought them. Like, I've bought them the ones that I thought looked cute.
Yeah.
Like they did, each of the girls got another LOL this Christmas as well. And each of them are the ones that, like, I picked that I thought were, like, dressed in, like, legitimately cute clothes that didn't just look like they were like a hoe for show, like these are like, they looked like they were like cute, fun, fashionable girls.
Mm-hmm.
I do think that some of them do not look so well. Mm-hmm. I agree with you on that. I do think some of them are very cute, and I also feel like there's a lot of dolls out there right now that are worse. Like, have you seen the Rainbow High dolls?
Yeah, those are bad.
Yes, and a lot of the Monster High dolls too. I don't like.
I blame, if we want to get back to the root of the problem, I blame the Bratz first and
foremost. They've like re-released the Bratz.
I know, but like that's where this all started.
With just like, what if you just look kind of trashy?
I didn't like the Bratz when they came. I don't think I had kids when the Bratz came out, and I was still.
No, we were kids when I think the Bratz came out, like we would have been too old to be like maybe playing
like
with
high
them,
school maybe.
But like I feel like some of the younger siblings of some of the people that I were like you know what I mean, like. I was too old for the Bratz, but, like, they had, like, a little sister that had the Bratz or something. Mm-hmm. So I feel like Bratz started happening, like, right after we were too old to maybe personally be having them.
Everyone's trying to do an Eras tour with her Taylor doll, and she wanted to have multiple costume changes.
I'm glad that she's at least gotten comfortable playing with the doll. I was afraid she'd be, like, too afraid to play with it because of it breaking.
Yes.
I mean, I don't want it to break again, but I also don't want her to, like... Mm-hmm. Not be able to use it.
Yes, but anyway, I think that the Bratz were the like genesis of this entire like. They really broke the ground.
The like ground for being like outrageous.
Yeah, just completely sexualized, outrageous.
It's interesting because I feel like most people blame Barbies, but like you're feeling like Barbie was like tasteful in a way or something, and then now you're like the problem came in.
I mean, Barbies look incredibly tasteful compared to these.
But I feel like the thing is, to me, I think
Barbie's always got a job too. Like
true, Barbie was all about like you can be anything.
Like she seems like she's doing something useful with herself.
But I think the thing though is that
no, I don't have any problem with Barbie really.
Even though I don't have a huge doll collection. Because I'm just like, I mean, that's just not where I've wanted to, like, put my, like, money and energy and, like, space or whatever.
Plus the Barbie movie was great.
Yes, but even though I don't have a huge doll collection, because it's like, that's not what I really am, like, trying to, like, do with my time and money and whatever, I've always been, like, a fan of dolls. Mm-hmm. And so I think for me, that leads me to, like, appreciate dolls more, whereas I feel like you've never been a fan of dolls. I think for you, just having little girls has really been your entry point to the world of dolls in a way.
I had action figures as a
Okay, do you consider action figures to be dolls?
I mean, it's just, they don't call them that because I don't think boys would feel
But you do feel like they're basically the same
what's
thing.
the difference, really? I mean, you're dressing a tiny person.
But did your action figures have clothes that could come on and off?
Not the ones I had, I guess.
I feel like most of them don't. That might be a big difference.
Most of the ones I had were like just like molded plastic. I feel like.
I think that's the biggest difference. Most dolls include a fashion component.
I do think. I never really had these, but I know the like old school G.I. Joe type.
Oh, did their clothes? Yeah, they had.
Yeah,
like,
you could have like
uniforms
and they come on and off and stuff.
Okay, yeah, that's more doll-like. I mean, because I agree with you in essence that action figures are dolls, yes. But I would say, in my mind, they're more in a category that's like figurines.
That's true. I'll give you that.
Because I think a lot of the play with dolls has to do with the fashions. Like, it is like, I mean, we had to interrupt the podcast a minute ago because like a little girl came and wanted you to help them take
It was the tailor
yes,
that we were
and
talking
someone
about.
wanting you to help them do like a costume change with like a jacket and like some various other, items. So that I think that's a big part of the play for a lot of girls with dolls. It's like
taking the clothes on and off, changing.
Yeah, the outfits. And like changing the outfits is a lot of the play because it's like you're getting ready for the thing that's going to happen by like putting on the outfit. And then you're, different things are happening, so you're changing the outfit for like the different thing that's happening or whatever.
Yes.
But I think that's maybe something that I can appreciate more because I've always been a fan of dolls, whereas that's maybe something you hadn't like thought about very much before.
No. My aunt had a huge Barbie collection. Like, I don't know what she did with it or if she still has it or not, but I think it was also because she wanted them, or I don't know what she either had them or wanted them when she was a child. I don't know her.
I think a lot of women.
I got the impression that it wasn't like a nude. You know what I mean? It was something that she loved, either from up close or afar from childhood.
I think a lot of women who had the original Barbies then continued.
But I mean, she grew up in the 50s, so.
Yeah, well, because I'm thinking of like my aunt, like one of my aunts has Barbies, and I know that her Barbie collection started with like she had like I don't know if it was the first Barbie or one of those original early Barbies.
Yeah. And
then since then, I think she collected like I don't know if she maybe just bought like the holiday Barbie every year or what, but she had like a number of Barbies in her like kind of like on a display shelf in her basement.
Yes.
So like I think a lot of women just kind of continue. That's the thing is that I think a lot of us don't ever really grow out of dolls. Like maybe like many of us at least to some degree put them aside because we just have other things that kind of take precedence. I mean, I think there are some people that are like very actively like collecting dolls is still a big part of their adult life. For me, it's like I do own like 3 dolls. But that's interesting because like you bought me 2 dolls, which I own, that I would say are like comprise the like entirety of my doll collection, which are both kinds of dolls, which for specific reasons I very much liked and wanted, and also you agreed looked good, but which are parts of a general doll line that we've both like been like, ew, we're not going to buy these for our kids. Because I mean, the dolls that I have one Rainbow High doll, and I do agree with you that most of the Rainbow High dolls do look like not classy individuals. But the one that you got me looks exactly like Cher from Clueless.
Yes.
And like that's like that movie is, and like I'm super into Jane Austen and I'm also super into Clueless, and like and so like you bought me that like specifically for that reason. And you will admit she looks good.
Yes.
Yes. But also you bought me the Monster High like special edition version that looks like Wednesday Addams dressed up to go to like the school dance. She also looks incredible.
But those are like very specific to other media that you enjoy.
Yes, and it's also that's pretty much the extent of my entire doll collection.
Yes.
Which I feel good about because it's like I don't necessarily want to have like a room full of dolls like following me with their eyes, but I do like in my heart love dolls is what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
But like it's funny though that those are the two types of dolls that I have because I also haven't wanted to buy our kids Monster High dolls either. Well, because here's one of the reasons why, though, I will argue that the LOLs are for children, I think, are better.
I was just about to ask you, why do you think LOLs are so superior?
Okay. Part of the reason that I don't want to get the Monster High dolls for the girls or the boys, any of them, is that I don't like the body sculpt of the Monster High dolls. They're all like anorexically skinny.
Yeah, that's another thing not to like about them.
And that is, I think, bad both for body image and for actually the integrity of like kids playing with them.
Yeah, snapping.
Yeah, because they're fully jointed, which kids love because you want to be able to like pose them and move them around and stuff. But those joints are just gonna snap as soon as somebody starts trying to actually like play with the doll. But also I think just like, even though I think that there's a lot of nuances to the idea of like, does playing with a skinny doll make children have body image issues, I think there's a lot of factors that like weigh in on whether that's true or not. But I do think when a doll is like emaciated, like exaggeratedly thin, I think it can be problematic. And I feel like the sculpt on the Monster High dolls is like, they have a couple of them that are supposed to be curvy, but most of them are just like uncomfortably slender in a way that I think is not good.
I think there is definitely a danger of internalizing body image issues just through, you know what I mean, osmosis, proximity, familiarity, seeing it, playing with it, touching it, you know what I mean? Like having that tactile experience with like this idea of what a body should look like.
Like, oh, like my waist should nip in like this and my boobs should like jut out.
I mean,
like that.
I guess if we're gonna, you know, talk about that, we have to talk about Barbie also, because like, have you ever seen like what the actual dimensions of Barbie would
I think
be if
people always try to talk about that, but Barbie has actually updated a lot over the years. Like Barbie now is like a very
I was
healthy-
thinking of like the ones from
yes,
the
but I'm
original.
saying a Barbie over time has developed in like positive ways. I'm saying compared to a Barbie doll,
right now.
the Monster High dolls.
Oh,
like if you stood a
yes.
Monster High
Oh,
doll
yes.
beside a Barbie doll, the Barbie doll looks like a healthy, robust woman who's ready to like do some things, and the Monster High doll looks like someone who maybe needs to be hospitalized.
Yes.
But that's what I was going to say though about the LOL. Like the ones that the girls really like a lot are the tween-sized ones, and they're supposed to be kind of like a young, like a maybe like a teenage girl, like a young, like not like a little kid, but like a young like adolescent. And I think the bodies on those I think are very positive. Like they're you know, obviously they're like in good shape, but like they're like, I think they look healthy. Like they look like when they're wearing their clothes and stuff, like they don't look like to me like emaciated. Like I think they're like a healthy looking body. If that makes sense. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah. What about clothes wise?
That's where it's kind of problematic, and that's where honestly like I've been the pickiest about which of the ones to get them. Like I buy them the ones that come in outfits that I think are tasteful, because some of the outfits I do think are like distasteful.
Yes.
But I think there can be like a lot of like, there's a line there too though, because I mean, I think it's okay to fantasize about wearing clothes that you might not wear in real life. And to think about clothes that you might wear if you were like doing some sort of a performance or something, maybe being different than the clothes you would wear like while you're doing like your regular life. So I think it's okay for the clothes to be like a little wild. I just don't like when the clothes are like overly sexualized in a way that seems like trashy, I guess the word I want to use. Like I think what it is that I think that a woman should be able to dress how she wants for her own pleasure. But I think it's dangerous to like condition girls to dress for other people's pleasure. Especially when they're like young girls that shouldn't really be thinking that way. Like they should be thinking about like fashion as like a fun way to express themselves. You know, like, I mean, because like our girls will like put together some outfits that are like, you know, I mean, some of they have some good ideas about fashion. I mean, I think as they're getting older, like some of their ideas are more like, yes, like fashion, but like I like when they're like at that stage, like I feel like with like, especially with like our younger daughter now, like, you know, she like likes to like layer, like she'll have like a dress with like a print, but then she'll put like a different dress on top of it, and then like a different jacket, and then she'll put like a skirt underneath to like make it puff out more, and she'll be wearing like a cat or headband, and like she looks fantastic. She looks exactly like fantastic in the way that a 5-year-old should. And in the way that someone who is dressing for their own pleasure should. You know? And I just want them to be able to maintain that idea of fashion, not the idea of dressing for someone else's voyeuristic pleasure so much, if that makes sense.
I feel like a lot of those are definitely veering into that category.
I think some of those things, though, you and I see them, and we have those thoughts, because we are exposed to so much other media and stuff than our kids are. Because our kids are so, in some ways, sheltered from a lot of things. I think when they look at the wilder outfits that some of these dolls are wearing, they're not viewing them through the same lens that we're viewing them through. You know what I mean? Like, to them, it's like, oh, she's wearing, like, a red pleather jacket and like, knee-high boots. So fun. Because they don't really have that other context to apply to that. Does that make sense?
Yes. I do not desire them to dress like that when they are tweens themselves.
No, certainly not.
I would consider it something of a personal failure.
Yes.
But no, I want them, you're right, I want them to feel confident in their own choices. I really don't need them to be dressing like that, exactly.
No, that's fine. But should we talk more about, like, because we've talked a lot about, like, the doll and, like, the little snafu that we had there with the hand.
Yes.
But should we talk about, like, the general, I think you wanted to talk about, like, you know, kind of hits and, like, you know, how things went as far as, like, the different gifts?
Yes. And you get some water details.
Yes, I'm actually, like, okay, the problem with eating ham is that, like,
Thirsty?
I get so thirsty afterward that I almost, like, until I remembered that we had ham recently, I was like, am I having some kind of, like, a thirst crisis?
Mm-hmm.
But would you get me, like, another sparkling water?
Mm-hmm. We should probably mention right here, quick ad break, that you are doing videos on your YouTube channel again, your shorts.
Yes, I did post 4 shorts, like, just in the last few days, just, like...
What's that handle again?
I think it's just Ash Burgess.
You got Ash Burgess,
yeah.
Nice.
I think I might be, like, Ash Burgess 8332.
I'll put a link in the description.
But it's easy to find. If you Google it, I come up.
Just
like,
put it Ash
many other Ash
Burgess
Burgesses on YouTube. But I did do videos about the stuff that, you know, I got the kids. And I think we should talk about the kids' gifts. But I was thinking maybe first let's talk about our gifts.
Oh, yeah, let's do it.
So I have sitting beside me, I haven't actually started reading it yet, but I have one of the books that you got me. And I thought it was just funny and worth mentioning that, so you got me 2 books this year that were from my wish list, and both of them have sprayed edges.
I thought it was a typo at first.
You said that you were worried that maybe I didn't know that they, when I, you know, put them on my list, that these books had sprayed edges because, you know, I have voiced in the past some, like...
On this very podcast, I think.
Hesitate. Yes, I've said some things about sprayed edges, but, like, you know, you can I can change and grow over time. Under your encouragement, I've decided to explore the dangerous world of sprayed edges.
What's so dangerous?
I think sometimes they do not look so good. I think that the 2 books that I put on my list that you got me that have sprayed edges that look really good. I just think that I have seen sprayed edge books where it's like, I would rather this wasn't sprayed, you know?
This is a very bold, bright, you know.
Well, this one, it's fitting with the book. Both of the books that you got me, the sprayed edge is fitting with the book. So one of the books is set in kind of a alternate Greek mythology sort of universe. Like, in, like, you know, it's going between, like, you know, it's up, you know, in Olympus and, like, other places with, like, the Greek gods. And this is, like, a sprayed edge that very much reflects what that's going to be like. And then another one is, you know, I've been taken to the dark side by the, you know, the dragons. And so one of the other book that you got me is in that dragon series that I'm sure anyone who knows who reads
very hot, very hot
right now. So yes,
Seen the whole displays.
I resisted it for years, and then I just decided to give in. Like, you know what I've decided is more fun than resisting things and just being like, oh, I'm too good for, like, all these things. I'm so snooty and highbrow. It was just, like, giving in and just enjoying things.
But do you like it?
Yeah, I mean, I've read 2.5 of the books in the series, and I'm going to continue on. But that one has dragons sprayed on the edges, and I think that they look cool. So.
Yeah.
But I mean, they're dragons, so how could they not look cool? Unless you've done them wrong. Dragons can also look very terrible when done wrong, but these dragons do look good.
Yeah.
But anyway, so you did get me some books with sprayed edges. But the really funny thing was that something we both got each other for our stockings.
I said it was like the gift of the Magi, except I didn't have to give up the thing that you got me the gift for, and vice versa, like in the famous story. But I don't know. Is this, to start with, was this a trend on TikTok?
That's what I'm assuming, only because I don't know where this came from. I just know that you mentioned it to me first.
I don't even know how it permeated my consciousness, but I either saw it in the store or heard somebody talking about it. But it's like this Dubai-style chocolate. It's everywhere. And it's like...
After you mentioned it to me, I started, like, seeing it around.
Yeah. And then at Christmas, and the lead up to the store is like, you know, it was like $15 for, like, a Lindt size.
Yeah, like it's like what is happening with this chocolate, and like how good could this be?
How good could this possibly
Although
be?
we've seen a lot of weirdly priced groceries recently. Like remember was it the $10 strawberries?
Yes.
And then there were some pears that were also very
pears. Yes, exactly. Highbrow produce. But anyway, Dubai style chocolate. Now this has pistachios, which I do know that pistachios can be somewhat pricey compared to other nuts.
But we buy pistachios to
seed,
eat. No, well, I don't know. But we buy pistachios to eat, so it's not like they're that expensive that like people can't get to them.
But anyway, I got excited because I found this candy bar size, and I was like, oh, that would be fun stocking stuffer for Ash. I'd love to get that for her.
Separately, while looking for stocking stuffers for Rob, I was like, oh, look, there's this one that's like priced to own, and like Rob will be so surprised. He'll like, you know what I mean? Because he mentioned this to me, but like this, you know, he'll be so surprised that I got this for him. And it's in like a nice bright, probably because of the pistachios, it's in a nice bright green package, and Rob likes things that are green too, so it was like, this will just go nicely in his stocking, you know. So then, as we're like looking through our stockings, because that's something we always do kind of first on Christmas morning, we sit and we all like one by one pull things out of our stockings, like before we start opening the gifts under the tree. I came to something in my stocking and Rob had wrapped it.
Yes.
But I kind of knew what it was though, even though you had wrapped it, just from like somehow something about the dimensions and the feel. I just like as I was feeling it, I was like this couldn't be. And then I was like, oh my gosh, it is. And then I was like, oh wow, yes, I'm so excited to try this. And then of course a minute later you're like pulling it out of your stocking, you're like, what?
Yeah. So that was funny. But I brought one with me, so I thought we could break it open and
as a special treat to you, our listeners, we've decided to try it with you.
You get to listen to us chew. So.
If you happen to have one at your own.
Yes, everyone should
start biting into it, because we're just going to now assume that everyone got one of these for Christmas.
Yes.
So.
Play along at home.
I mean, it looks like it's like chocolate around whatever's in the filling. All right, I'm just gonna like crunch into it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's good.
So it's very salty inside.
Very.
It's like softer inside than I thought it would be. Like the chocolate outside kind of gave way to like a very, very creamy middle. The pistachio flavor is more subtle than I would have expected.
Yeah, it's not overpowering. Good though. I like it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know how these got so popular. I don't
know
know why this is necessarily Dubai. Was this where it first came from?
I mean, I know that pistachios are found in some like
Middle Eastern countries?
Yes.
Well, I guess that makes sense, but
I mean, Dubai
I know Dubai is a very like, opulent place. So it makes sense it's like a luxury item, I guess.
I mean, this is good. It doesn't necessarily taste like better than anything else I've had though.
No, I don't necessarily know if I'd pay that much again.
Like it's not. I guess what I mean is that it's not distinct.
Yeah.
In a way that would like make me be like, yum, this is my new favorite candy.
I'm glad I tried it.
Yes, no, I mean, I think the experience of trying it is worth it.
Sure. Do you want another piece?
Not right now, thank you. It's very, very sweet.
Yes.
I think for me, it's also very sweet because I favor dark chocolate.
Yeah.
And so, like, milk...
Do you think this would be better with dark chocolate?
I mean, I think everything would be better with dark chocolate. It's just that since it's
but
kind of like...
the pistachio, like, flavor, do you think that would
I think that I would just add more pistachios, maybe, or something. I don't know.
I could barely taste them.
Yeah, I could see that the filling was that green color in it. I could taste, like, a lot of salt.
Yeah.
But it wasn't very pistachio forward.
Mm-mm.
Texturally, I could feel that there were, like, pieces of pistachio in the filling.
Mm-hmm.
But, no, it's just, as with anything else, if you don't put a lot of sugar in things, then when things have a lot of sugar in them, it tastes too sweet. You know what I mean? It's kind of like how if you stop putting sugar in your coffee, then if you put sugar in your coffee, it tastes overwhelming.
Yeah.
I feel like the same way with chocolate because I tend to have like dark chocolate that doesn't have as much sugar. Now milk chocolate just tastes overwhelmingly sweet to me, and that makes it harder for me maybe to pick out the flavors in this.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was interesting to try.
Yeah, now I don't have to wonder if it was like my new favorite thing.
Of course, now you will have to wonder, are there different versions that are like better or whatever? Like.
Yeah, maybe the one that's in the big bar is better than the.
And so saw some that seemed like they were in more of a ball shape or something. Mm-hmm. Those might be better, like like more of a truffle.
No. Maybe if they're on clearance one day, I'll get them again.
Yeah, or maybe like I feel like this is the kind of thing where if I went to more of like a market, like an international market, and there was some kind of like a confectioner stall, and they were like specializing in these, that might be the time to try them? ? You
mean with the giant mounds of spice?
Ideally. I was thinking more though, like locally, like if we went to somewhere like, in the city or something, and there was like more of like someone that, but the thing is like, is this even really an actual ethnic food in the sense that, like, has this been something that's always been traditional in other places that just came here suddenly, or is this the kind of thing where no one in Dubai is actually eating these, and we've just kind of like invented this?
I don't know. Like, if you're listening at home, just Google it and figure that out for yourself.
If any of you are on TikTok, maybe you could investigate for us, because since we don't do TikTok, we'll never know what's happening.
No, absolutely not.
I always have to find out like after the fact.
I'm not. If it infiltrates
I'm very comfortable with that.
Other parts of the internet, I will find out about it. But
I think that's fine though, because anything that goes beyond, it's like, okay, so we need to know about this because it's like spread. If it just stays inside TikTok, it's like, I don't need to know. If it makes it to
like Instagram and YouTube and stuff, maybe I'll figure it out. But yeah, beyond that, I don't know. Can't keep up with people doing the dances.
Are they dancing and then they're biting into this and then they're like, I don't even know. I think maybe people aren't even dancing on TikTok anymore.
Is that right?
I don't know. I'm just saying, like, when I first was hearing about TikTok, it seemed like it was like all about like, we're now going to do this coordinated dance. Now I feel like people are just doing short form video on there about like whatever.
Yeah, I think you're right.
But we have another candy to try.
All right, so preface to this one, we already said that Emerald loves Taylor.
So I wanted to get something since we were getting her the replacement Taylor doll, but that was sort of, something that she'd already owned. Mm-hmm. I wanted to like add a little something to it that was like actually new to her. And so she really likes reading about Taylor and like, like she likes to read about like the names of Taylor's cats and like things like that. Mm-hmm. So she had told me about like that Taylor has a favorite candy. Mm-hmm. And it was something that she'd never tried before that, like, I don't think any of us had ever tried before that. I don't know if this is new or it's an import from the UK or what, but it's these squashies.
I think it is from the UK.
So I did get her some of these, and she graciously gave you 2 pieces so we could try them on air.
Now, are the different parts, it's like a rectangle, and halfway through it's like in 2 different colors, one on each side. So
I believe it's kind of like with a gummy worm where each segment is a different flavor.
So it is a different flavor.
Yes, because I think the whole squashies thing is that it's 2 flavors squashed together.
Into the yellow, and now I'm biting into the green, I think.
Mine seems to be orange flavored, half orange, and then white, and I kind of think white might just be like unflavored cream or something.
I think the green is lime. I can't really tell what the yellow is. Maybe a lemon.
This really just tastes like an orange, like a creamsicle. I think it is just like orange on one side, cream on the other. But it's good. The texture is really interesting.
Yeah.
Like, you know what it reminds me of? It's a fusion between a gummy bear and a marshmallow. Like the texture.
Not like a circus peanut, though.
It's been so long since I've had one of those, I don't remember them like very well.
I haven't had one in a long time.
No, because it's a lot like a gummy bear, like in the general, or like a gummy worm type of like in the general flavor and like chewiness, but it has that like that cloudy, soft marshmallowiness to it as well. It's good.
I
Very
liked it.
strange.
Yeah, glad I tried it.
Yes. I actually like that more than I like the...
Mm-hmm.
I think this is more... I would say this is more distinct to me
Yeah.
than the Dubai chocolate was.
You also got me Christmas Sour Patch Kids and sweet and sour reindeers and also the gummy clusters, but I've had all of those before, so I would if I brought those out, I'd really just be eating candy all the
Just
time.
be bringing those out in an excuse to eat candy. But have you tried the, like, so in the Sour Patch Kids, are they big Santas and little elves?
I don't know. I haven't opened it yet.
Because it looked to me like the package was saying that there would be one flavor that was, like, big and another flavor that was small. And so I was kind of wondering about that. Like,
Maybe.
Is the big flavor a better flavor than the little flavor? Or, like, do you feel weird about how some of them are small and some are big? Like,
I would
question.
feel strange if they were one big, one small. I don't know.
I think they are. Like, I think it's like a big red,
Wow.
little green.
Interesting.
Is there a normal flavor that the red and the green are?
Yeah, I feel like that's usual. Those are usual colors for a Sour Patch Kid pack.
But are they colors that you like? Like, would you like the red to be most of them and the green to be less of them?
Yeah.
That's
I mean,
good.
as usual, I don't really like the yellow one as much.
I don't think yellow was included, so look.
I usually think red or green are two of the better colors.
But it probably is just the two best colors. I'm just saying you might be sad if, like, the better one is the tiny ones and, like, the worst one is, like, larger.
I think the sweet and sour reindeer are just basically the sour bats, I think, from Halloween.
But you were super into those sour bats, though.
I love those. They're
So
great.
that's why I was excited to see the reindeer.
Yes. And, of course, the gummy clusters.
The big nerds.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No, they're not big nerds. Those are different.
But they're
There
gummy,
are giant
and then
nerds that are just, like, they're one nerd piece, but it's like
these are more of like a gummy material with tiny nerds
several nerds
like
on the outside
clinging to the outside.
Yeah.
Okay.
Two different things.
Then what is the interior material? It's just a gummy something?
It's a sweet gummy. See, this is what, and if the people that make nerds are listening, what you need to do is you need to get, maybe this would make it too good, and maybe that's why they can't keep, the general public isn't ready for this, like people would like lose it. But like, the material on the inner part of the gummy cluster is much better than the interior of the giant nerd. However, I do find the texture of the giant nerd to be pleasing to bite into because it's one big shell cracking.
So you want the gummy material,
So I would like them to put the gummy material,
but you want the big shell.
delicious gummy material in the shell.
Okay.
But maybe people aren't supposed to eat that much nerd material that fast.
You're saying it would be too much for
I almost think that they like did this in a lab and they're like, we can't release this, but we have to separate these two.
That's really funny.
That's my conspiracy theory with it. But anyway,
But
I
anyway.
do like the gummy clusters a lot. Because like of course it's just nerds on the outside of a big gummy cluster.
That makes
As
sense.
the name
That
implies.
makes sense. But anyway, should we talk about the kids' gifts?
Yes. Let's
Okay.
do. So, who should we talk about first, or what should we talk about first?
Should we go? I don't know. Like, what do you think was like to you, the person who didn't really shop for the gifts but like saw them happening? What do you think were the standouts as far as like big hits?
Oh well, before we talk about that, they did give each other gifts the night before, and I thought it was a big success. Big success.
It was a big success. Like I feel like emotionally it was a big success. Like it was one of those times where, you know, I feel like sometimes with like family life with kids, it's like you're kind of just like shepherding from like one thing to the next and like you're orchestrating the things and then like, but then there are these moments where you just feel like here we are inside of our life.
Mm-hmm.
And this is like, here we are in this moment where this is the life that we wanted and it's happening around us right now. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like emotionally it was a big success.
Mm-hmm.
Like they all, I think, were really well chosen, the gifts
Mm-hmm.
for each other, which is nice to see. It's especially nice to see where, you know, with kids, it can be hard sometimes for them to think beyond their own desires and to think about someone else and what another person would like.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like they all really showed an ability to do that.
Yeah, like I feel like all the gifts that they got for each other really were thoughtful and had the idea of like what the other person likes and is interested in, in their minds. So
yeah, so that was really, really nice. I mean, obviously we picked out the gifts for our 2-year-old.
Yeah, I definitely asked them to put a few things back while we were at the store.
No, I mean, like, our 2-year-old, like, we just kind of, like, assigned some gifts for him to give people, but, like, the bigger 3, like, they all, like, had the concept and, like, went looking for the thing that they wanted for the other ones. And
yes.
It is interesting to see, too, how, like, sometimes what they would choose for each other is exactly what you would think. Because, I mean, some of them needed a little help, and we had to be like, oh, here's some suggestions. But even then, it's, like, the direction they would end up going in. Like, some of the things that I would suggest that I was like, okay, this is the best suggestion, they'd be like, no. And then they'd, like, see something else, and they'd be like, that's the thing. Like, that's what I want for them.
Yeah, that's right.
But they all just seemed like they both enjoyed the gift-giving side of things, and also they seemed like they genuinely, like, pleased by the things they received. It was really nice.
Mm-hmm. Totally.
And I do like doing that on Christmas Eve, because then it's its own event. It doesn't get overshadowed by their excitement to, like, rip into, like, the other gifts or anything. And, like,
right. Totally.
So, yes, that was definitely a success.
But anyway, so I guess we could talk about the unwrapped gifts first, because they saw those first, I felt like, so.
Yeah, so I left, like, and we don't have a standard way that we do this, although I would, ideally, this is one of those things that, like, I mean, I started out, I realized saying, we've streamlined and we know what we're doing now, but there are certain things that I kind of change up every year. I don't have a standard way that I'm doing them, and I would maybe like to get more clarity. But I think it's important to note for this portion, for anyone, I mean, obviously I assume that only adults are listening to this podcast, but
I don't think I have a strong child audience.
No, but I do think it's important to note, like, this is definitely, like, a not children topic. So, because, like, I think a lot of people's traditions as far as how the gifts are laid out under the tree have to do with their, like, the way that Santa does things at their home. And so it's important to note that, like, Santa does not come to our house.
That's not what some of our children think.
Well, okay, so the thing is, like, Santa does not come to our house, but we're also not, like, it's not like we think that Santa is, like, Satan in disguise or something. Like, we're, like, to us, Santa is, like, fun to play about. Like, we have, like, a huge collection of Christmas books. Like, every year I buy a couple of new Christmas books to, like, add to our collection, and we, like, I keep them packed away all year, and then we get them out on December 1st, and we read them all year. I think I've talked about this on the podcast before. But, like, we have a huge collection of Christmas books. Some of those are, like, all about Santa. Like, the book I got them this year was called, like, How Does Santa Get Down the Chimney? And it's, like, a funny book about, like, speculation of different ways that Santa either comes down the chimney or could get into your house if you don't have a chimney. But, like, so Santa is a part of our, like, fun, like, we're reading these fun stories. Like, he's like a mythical creature, like a unicorn or something to us. But we've still always tried to be clear with them on the fact that it's pretend. It's fun. That's just like a fun part of the holiday story. But that the presents actually come from mommy and daddy. So, like, I think that's important to talking about the tree, like how we set things up, because I know, for example, that some people have, like, a special wrapping paper that Santa uses. Or they specifically don't wrap the gifts that are from Santa. Or Santa gives you the biggest present, or Santa does not give you the biggest present, he gives a medium present, or specifically you ask Santa for one thing, and then if you get that was from Santa. There's, there's so many things like that, but we don't do that. But we still do sometimes leave some things unwrapped. And so, like, this year, I left one thing unwrapped for each of the kids. And for each of them, it was not, well, it wasn't the thing that they had particularly asked for. Because I do like for, like, there to be a little bit more suspense. So I don't want them to be, like, living in too much suspense about whether they got what they wanted, but I do like a little more suspense than just kind of walking down on Christmas morning and already seeing they got the thing. So it wasn't for any of them the thing that, like, because we do let them make some, like, Christmas requests. Not that we, like, promise to, like, get them everything that they want. We usually, within reason, try to get them at least what they want if it's, like, one thing, or, like, some of what they want if they asked for a few things, But anyway, so it wasn't anything that any of them had asked for specifically that was the unwrapped thing, but it was something that we thought would be, like, a big, thing that they would like. So we had, like, a big plush kind of, like, it's not a Squishmallow because it's, like, a different Disney brand like a big Squishmallow like Spider-Man type of thing for one of them. I think that was well received.
Yeah.
But I mean, all our kids like stuffed animals and things.
Definitely.
And the person that this was for also is like super into Spider-Man right now, so like it's pretty much a guaranteed hit, and I think they liked it. And and also the things that we left unwrapped were all things that they pretty much could probably see right away were probably for them.
Yes.
And then there was a Razor scooter, and that kind of had to be unwrapped because, well, I bought it, like, I didn't buy it in a store where it came in, like, a nice box. I bought it where it came in just in, like, a cardboard, and I kind of had to assemble it, so, like, it couldn't really be wrapped. So that obviously had to be unwrapped for that person. And then one person is super into baby dolls. And we did kind of make them feel like they probably weren't getting any baby dolls this year because we do have a lot of baby dolls. But they immediately were like, as they saw the Christmas tree, because we make them wait until we're all ready to go downstairs together. And as we were going downstairs together, they immediately saw that and were like, it's a baby doll, it's for me. You know, so they knew. They knew.
Yes.
And then the other thing that we left unwrapped was, like, obviously another thing that was, like, too big to wrap. Like, for our 2-year-old, we got, like, a pickler triangle.
Yes. Big hit.
Yes, big hit. I mean, that was one of those things where it was like, I've wanted to get this for a long time, but it's also we don't know how it's going to actually play out. Because I've read such mixed reviews. You know, there's so many good reviews where it's like, my kid just, like, plays and plays in the pickler triangle. And then, of course, there's always people that are like, this was a complete waste of money. Like, my child doesn't touch this. So you don't know with things like that. I mean, anytime you're shopping for a toddler, you actually don't know what they're actually going to enjoy. Like, you might think you know, and then you could be wrong. But especially with something where it's like a gross motor type of toy, like, it's really just, you know, it's harder to anticipate totally how they're going to like it. But it was something I had my eye on as far as, like, thinking it would be cool to get for a long time. And I was excited to get it, and it has been a huge hit. I mean, I would say both the 2-year-old, all the kids have used it a little bit, but really both the 2-year-old and the 5-year-old have been playing on it, like, a lot.
Yes.
So that's definitely a huge hit. But going back to my question from before, for you as, like, not really the person that shopped for the things, like, what are your impressions as far as, like, you know, like, the hits and the, like, surprises?
Oh, I think you did a wonderful job. Everyone was very pleased.
Was there anything that, like, we got them that you were very skeptical of? And, like, that you've either... you feel like you continue to be skeptical, or you were like, okay, I see why we got this.
Like what?
I don't know. I'm just wondering.
No, I think you did a fine job.
No, I'm not saying you think I did a bad job. I'm just saying, like, I'm just always curious, you know, because you're kind of seeing it with a fresh set of eyes. Like, I've been staring at all these items on, like, my Pinterest board for months. Whereas for you, like, some of these things, like, you knew we were getting them, but, like, the reality of the items is still probably more fresh for you.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think you think very hard about what our children are in particular interested in and them as people, you know, so I think some things would be like, why is this such a big deal? But, like, some people, like, you know, like, get a monkey stuffed animal and, like, just give it a big hug, you know what I mean? It's like...
Well, I think the thing is, I mean, to me, a lot of what you're trying to achieve when you give a gift is you want to say to the person, I know you. That's the ideal. I mean, obviously, if you're giving a gift to someone you don't know, you just want to say to the person, like, this is something that...
You exist.
Well, no. I think if you're giving a gift to someone you don't know as well, the gift is, you're trying to say, like, I wish you well, and this is something that is objectively... seems like a nice thing that most people would enjoy, and so, like, you will feel good knowing that I thought enough of you to, like, gift this to you. But when you're getting a gift for someone that you know very, very personally, I think the idea is you want to say, like, I know you. You want the person to feel seen. I think that's at the core of gift giving, is for the person to feel very seen by the gift. You know, it says, like, I know you, and I care so much about you that I thought carefully about my knowledge of you in trying to give you this thing that you would know, you would immediately feel that from the gift, you know?
Yes, definitely. But, yeah, so, well, The girls got from your brother roller skates, which I thought was a really good gift.
Yes, I'm very excited for them. There's been a lot of in-house roller skating so far. I mean, neither of them know how to roller skate yet, so there's been a lot of in-house, like, trying to learn how to roller skate,
Yes,
which is, like...
There's been some dolls that have already been roller skating. So.
Yes, well, like, some of their American Girl dolls own roller skates already, so it's kind of funny, like, now they can actually roller skate.
Yeah.
But for years, they have tried to construct roller skates out of things.
Yes.
They shouldn't... That was why when my brother was, like, having me help him kind of, like, brainstorm for ideas, that was why I was like, maybe roller skates, because for years they've just, you know, they will try to, like we have these magnetile cars,
Mm-hmm.
and they'll try to go skating across the floor in those. And I'm always saying, like, don't roller skate with those, because, I mean, the magnetiles, first of all, obviously you shouldn't, you know, for safety reasons be doing that, but also the magnetiles are very expensive,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't want them to, like, break under people's feet, you know. So finally, they have some actual really cool roller skates with, like, light up wheels and everything. They're like, so the roller skating is happening.
Yeah, they're super cool. But your brother also got Cap, like I said, a soft friend or stuffed animal, monkey, very specific.
It's a golden lion tamarin.
Yeah. Very hairy.
It's very hairy. It's like a really unusual kind of monkey.
Yeah, and he got him the Monkey King book that he loves.
Yes.
So he's very excited about
Yes.
that.
The thing about having a child that's very, like, interested in a specific kind of animal is that as a parent, you can learn about that kind of animal, like, more about that kind of animal than you ever knew. Like, because I was never particularly that interested in monkeys, so, like, I really only probably, I mean, I guess I was vaguely aware that there probably were more kinds of monkeys, but I think mentally in my mind, I was probably only aware of, like, half a dozen different types of monkeys.
Yes.
But it's like, there's really, like, I don't know, there may be more than, like, 100 different kinds or something. There's lots of different kinds of monkeys.
Yeah. He is, I admire his ethical stance he's taken about the palm oil.
Yes, it was very important to him this year that for the Christmas chocolates that I made sure that all of our chocolate was, like, rainforest safe, which I appreciate him.
Yes.
You know?
Because I know it was hard for him to give up certain chocolate.
Well, it was hard for him at Halloween because, you know, we went trick-or-treating, and because we normally do buy pretty ethical chocolate and stuff, and we don't normally just, like, buy that much chocolate, I guess.
Yeah.
But for Halloween, of course, we trick-or-treated, and, like, that's all kind of, like, you know, that's not really up to us. And he definitely, like, he had some, like, moral issues, like, some quandaries of, like, you know, feeling like, I don't know if I want to eat this. But we told him, you know, it's like, somebody else already bought this, so, like, if you just want to enjoy this, it's fine.
Yeah.
But he still felt weird about it, I think, so.
Yes. But at least he got to enjoy some delicious chocolate.
Yes, he was able to feel really good about his Christmas candy.
It was Tony's Chocolonely?
Yeah, we got some. There's actually a lot of different chocolate, like, candies out there that are fine, but, like, I specifically wanted, though, the chocolate coins. And while they didn't say anything about it, I assumed the standard normal chocolate coins. You know, those are those really low quality.
Those dusty.
Yeah, like, though I just assumed that those were not.
Chocolate, yeah.
were not cool. So, like, cool. I specifically found these, like, Tony's Chocolonely coins that were specifically supposed to be, like, ethically sourced. Also, they didn't use supposedly slave labor in, like, the making of the chocolate or whatever, which is also good.
Yeah.
So I mean, I feel good about that. An American Girl doll has come to our house again.
But it was funny because you wrapped it in a much larger package than normal.
Well, because sometime recently, or leading up to Christmas, the girl who asked for the American Girl doll and who did ultimately end up receiving the American Girl doll, this is not her first American Girl doll. This is, like, her fourth.
Wow, is that right?
Okay, wait. So she has one that's, like, looks like just a contemporary one that looks like her, and then she has Kaya and Addie, and yes, this is her fourth because it's Samantha.
Man.
I know she's
lucky girl.
Doing well. Yes, very lucky girl. But I think the American Girl dolls are very solid. Very solid. Like, if you're talking, okay, so that's the other thing, you know, going back to what we were saying about, like, dolls that, like, look like they're, like, a hope for show and they're, like, not up to anything. Like, the American Girl doll is the opposite of that.
Oh, yeah.
But you have to pay for that. I'm just saying, like, I could get you, like, probably 100 dolls that look like small prostitutes for the price of one American Girl doll.
Please don't.
But anyway,
Yeah.
but the girl who asked for and then subsequently received the American Girl doll.
No, I think
Leading up to-
I do think, you know, American Girl dolls portray good, wholesome values for the most part. So.
Well, they do, and I mean, what I partially love about it is that, I mean, not only do I love dolls, I love books and reading, and the historical ones all have, like, the books that go along with them. And, like, they really are, like, actually, like, inspiring girls to, like, learn about history.
Mm.
And to think about, like, the adventures that the girls are having in the stories. Not only are they, like, age appropriate, like the girls in the stories are usually ranging from, like, 9 to, like, 12, and they're, like, doing things that, like, a 9 or a 12-year-old should be doing. But, like, they are, like, real adventures, real problems. It's not just about, because as much as I was saying earlier that girls like to, like, dress the dolls in, like, different clothes and stuff, it is nice that the American Girl dolls have actual stuff going on. Like, you know, oh no, your cabin is on fire. Or, like, you know, oh no, you have to, like, escape from slavery, like, shambling away in the night. Or, you know, they're, like, dealing with real, like, age appropriate, but also, like, real interesting, like, issues that, like, someone of character would face.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, so she had said to me that she always has known every time that she gets an American Girl doll because the box is, like, exact, like, American Girl dimensions.
Mm-hmm.
So I really didn't want her to, like, see the American Girl doll this year and just, like, see the box and be like, yeah, it's an American Girl doll, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So I did get, like, a big box, and then I wrapped the American Girl doll in her American Girl doll dimensions box. I put it inside the big box, and then I stuffed the big box with, like, you know, packing materials, and then I wrapped the big box. So it was just, like, this really big box under the tree. So she had no idea that that was what she was starting to unwrap when she started to unwrap it. So that was a success.
Yeah. Very excited by that.
Yeah, so I think that was definitely, like, a successful unveiling.
Mm-hmm.
And our younger daughter, we surprised her. She said today she said to me that it was a happy surprise. So I know she's really liking it. We got her own little miniature Yoto player.
She loves that, yeah.
And that was something that she hadn't asked for. But just, like, that's a case of, you know, when you observe someone, you see what they actually use. She uses the Yoto, like, for hours every day. Like, not so much during, like, you know, lately, you know, we've been doing, like, holiday stuff and, like, whatever. But, like, during our normal kind of school days, we usually have, like, a quiet time in the middle of the day. And she'll just, like, listen to the Yoto for, like, the whole quiet time sometimes. Because we have, like, a big family Yoto. But I just thought it would be so nice for her to have, like, her own little one with, like, its own, like, cover and, like, her favorite color and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm very excited that she was, like, pleased by her happy surprise.
She loves it. Right. Yeah, what else? Gosh, they got a lot between
We're very lucky children.
each other and us
I
and
think
extended
things are-
family and
Yeah, I think things turned out very well for
oh
them.
my gosh.
I think our 2-year-old had the most modest request as far as what he said he wanted for Christmas. He said he just wanted some pajama bears, which he meant that he wanted, like, pajamas with bears on them.
Mm-hmm.
Which we were able to find pajamas with bears on them, so I
You
feel
got
like we
several.
fulfilled. Yes, I actually got him because I got one pair for him that had, like, teddy bears kind of,
Mm-hmm.
and then I found a different pair that was, like, sort of more realistic looking bears, and I figured he actually really needed pajamas anyway. So
Yeah.
and pajamas are one of those purchases it's easy to justify. Like, it's like, you know,
Yeah.
buying my child some pajamas, but I think he was pleased with that, and I mean, so we got him the Pickler Triangle to you know, add some, like, extra excitement in. I do think the 2-year-old I think he really loved all his presents, so I do think we had a big success. I think maybe I have gotten better at shopping for 2-year-olds, because, like, what I was about to say is I do think 2 is the hard age to shop for.
But I think you did well. So.
Yes, I think that the way that I was able to probably be more successful shopping for a 2-year-old than I have been possibly in the past is, for the most part, other than the Pickler Triangle, which was, like, you know, kind of something new and, like, a risk, I really focused on just adding to collections that we, like, already have and that he's already gravitating towards them. So, for example, we already have some toy dinosaurs,
Mm-hmm.
and he plays with them a lot. So we got like and then we also outsourced this idea to a few family members, added to the collection of like our nice like Schleich dinosaurs.
Mm-hmm.
And like all the kids play with the Magnetiles. So I added, a set of, Magnetiles that had some farm animal characters that we didn't have before.
Mm-hmm.
So things like that I feel like are better for a 2-year-old. Just like we're adding to this thing that either you're gravitating towards and really liking, or that everyone generally likes, so we know this is a successful toy, versus just trying to introduce a bunch of like random new things and being like, we don't actually know what we're gonna like.
Yeah. You played the games with them today. How did that go?
It went okay. We haven't played the Unicorn Candyland yet. We got Hungry Hungry Hippos, and we got a unicorn version of Candyland, and then we got a what's the word I'm looking for? Don't Break the Ice. But it's like a different one because it has like a woolly mammoth instead of a penguin. Don't Break the Ice, I think, was a huge hit. It's generally a hit. It's definitely like we had to get the hammer back from our 2-year-old to see. Rather than, I partially wanted Don't Break the Ice because I thought, okay, it's for like 3+. It's one of the first games that possibly a toddler could be playing. And he does enjoy like hammering things. But I should have predicted that like instead of like playing the game with us, he just like took one of the hammers and like I looked over and he was just like nude, like hammering things like around the room. But it's fine. He was having fun.
Mm-hmm.
And then Hungry Hungry Hippos, that's a classic that we've just like never owned before.
Yeah.
And then Unicorn Candyland, I'm assuming will be just like Candyland except with like pleasing unicorn characters.
Mm-hmm.
But I wanted that because like I think our old Candyland just, I don't know. The kids like always will try to like play with the pieces of the games like outside of the game, and then eventually the pieces get lost. And
Mm-hmm.
But I was really thinking all of those games are things that hopefully, like the youngest one, he still like needs a lot of support playing games. But the 2 little girls are just at that point where like, if the game is like easy enough, they could probably play the game by themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Which is kind of nice because I feel like sometimes board games with children are stressful because like, as the adult, it's like you're doing so much scaffolding to like support everyone's ability to like play the game and kind of keep the game moving forward. It ends up not being necessarily that fun for you.
Mm-hmm.
So my hope is that these are all games that they could just kind of like do on their own.
Yeah.
Like we said that, of course we would preface this by saying that I did them with them today, but my hope is that in the future they could just be playing these games.
Mm-hmm. Yes. That'd be ideal.
Yes.
Oh,
but you forgot to tell everyone about your wonderful pillow that I got you.
Oh, I love it so much.
Oh, yes.
Well, I never thought that I would have a Squishmallow.
Well, because I think I kind of got it as a joke, but kind of not a joke, because it actually seems like a good pillow. But,
It is.
Just because, the kids are, all huge, Squishmallow fans, and I think Squishmallows are, super cute. But you're always kind of, so skeptical, because I'll be, looking at Squishmallows, and I'll be like, oh my gosh, is this a raccoon? And you'll be like, I can't tell what that is.
And the tags are no help either. They don't give you any clues as to, what's going on there. They're like, my name is Rocky, and it's like, tell me more.
But, so, you always kind of were, never going to be, having a Squishmallow personally. But then when I was shopping for you, I saw that Squishmallows actually make pillows now.
And I did need a pillow.
And so I figured, you need a pillow badly enough. That even if I figured if this doesn't end up being, long-term your favorite pillow, this could be, a side pillow that's, better than maybe, there's, at least one, super lumpy pillow that needs to be replaced that we could just, this has got to be better than that, is what I was thinking.
Yeah, I slept on it last night. It was great.
Oh, good. Yeah, see? So now you've come over the dark side. You like Squishmallows, too.
I need more.
Yeah,
Wait.
see? This is what happens. As soon as you start having one Squishmallow, you're like, let more of this comfort into my life.
Yes. It's funny, they have a little, swatch on the outside of the packaging, just to, lure you in.
Oh, because it came with a pillowcase that was made of, the Squishmallow, exterior material, and they want you to like feel like, yes, this will feel exactly like sleeping with a Squishmallow.
Mm-hmm.
But like a couple of our kids do use those Squishmallows as sleeping pillows, which
do.
I do worry about. Like maybe it's not good for their backs or something. But like,
yeah, I think this is more designed to be slept on.
Yes,
because it's a pillow, but...
it is.
Yes, I love it. Thank you.
Yes, although I feel like now there's something that's like a Squishmallow that you're even more perplexed by, though.
What?
That thing that everyone got for the Snackle.
She was so offended when I asked.
What the Snackle was?
Yes.
Or no, you thought it was an axolotl.
Yes.
It wasn't. It was not an axolotl. It's a sea pig, which is a kind of sea cucumber.
Holding a...
It's holding like a strawberry and vanilla flavored Olipop.
But she said it was because...
She had a whole storyline about how the sea pig was like in the ocean, and then somebody threw the Olipop into the ocean, like tasted it, and then it was so good, and it wanted to like clean up the ocean, so it like carried it out of the ocean, but now it's come to like live on land, and like it's like now going to like live here and like enjoy drinking the Snackle. I like how the whole time she's playing with it, she occasionally stops and has it take a sip of its drink too.
I mean, it's holding it all the time.
Yes.
It probably wants it good.
It's like, that's the thing, is that it's probably like, it offends me a little bit because it's like so branded.
It's like a walking advertisement, literally.
And it's funny too, because like we don't even like drink Olipops.
We had that one.
Yes, one time we bought one to like try. But like it's not like it's like something that we normally like have.
No.
But she saw that somehow and like wanted it so badly.
Mm-hmm.
And then like your mom got it for her, and I'm sure your mom was like confused.
Yeah.
About like what she was buying. Like I'm sure like when she like looked at the like, cause she'd like asked what to get, and I like sent that because like I knew everyone wanted it like so badly. But I'm sure your mom like when she was looking at this was like, what is this?
Right.
But Emerald loves it. She's very, very happy to have it.
Yes. I'm glad.
Yes, but I feel like that's the thing, is that like I always like, I think I like 75% and like always buying like these nice high quality like things that are like very tasteful, but then occasionally I'll just like fold and get something that I'm just like, okay, I know the kids are gonna love this even though it's like ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
but they do love that.
like I feel like the other kind of really ridiculous thing that we ended up with this year is that Disney doll. I know you were very alarmed by that when you were getting it from the store.
Yes.
Well, I think, but weren't you mostly alarmed because you thought that it like was one of those ones that can eat and poop?
Yes.
It doesn't.
Good.
It does, like it drinks its bottle, but it's like a pretend bottle, like no like liquid is going in.
I just assumed anything that like drinks or eats also.
No, it just drinks, and then it when it goes to sleep though, it like its cheeks light up with stars, and it sings a dream of the wish your heart makes.
Whoa.
So it's very Disney.
Mm-hmm.
But I knew that the person that was for needed to have it because it's okay. So it's themed like there's like a whole line of them, and the different dolls have different themes. But the one that we got is themed like Marie from Aristocats.
Mm-hmm.
And this is for a little girl who loves like the two main things they're obsessed with are cats and babies.
Mm-hmm.
So to have like a cat themed baby doll. And like we are kind of like huge like Disney movie like people.
Mm-hmm.
So to have the like Disney cat baby, like it's just like, how could she not have that?
She does seem to love it all, isn't it?
She loves it so much. She's gonna be really mad. She wanted me to finish filling out the birth certificate to you, and I think we forgot to. We have to weigh and measure the doll. She wants like a real weight and measurement to put in the.
She's not willing to take an estimate.
No.
But you got me some really great things.
Thank you. I'm also very liking the presents that you got me.
Yeah.
Got my new trendy water bottle.
Yes. So glad that you got that.
Mm-hmm. Well, didn't you say that you ordered this so long ago that you like forgot that you bought it, or you thought that maybe you like hallucinated it or something?
Well, I knew I had thought about it, and I knew I looked at it on the website, but like I ordered a bunch of stuff at that same time, and all of that came way long time ago, but then this showed up like 3 days before Christmas, and I was like, oh, well, great. I don't have to rush out and try to find this, I guess, because I still had it on my list to be like, oh man, I gotta get that, because I literally hadn't been like tracking the package, because I don't think I ever got like a follow-up email or anything, but
yeah. Just kind of like showed up, and you're like, what is this?
Like, wow, okay. Well, this apparently took almost a month, but thanks. Good thing I didn't order it any later, because it wouldn't have got it in time at all, apparently. But
right. I had one package this year that was like lost in transit.
Is it still?
Yes, but the resolution hasn't come through yet, but I think I've resolved the issue with the company.Ey're sending a replacement.
Oh, good.
Although
so they've admitted that the other package was...
Well, okay, yes, but although I did actually get them to send, they're sending a different item as the replacement, though, because the original item was sort of like seasonal. And I was like, the season is past. Because they said they could either give me because at first they like tracked it, and then they were like, unfortunately, there's been no updates on the tracking since the 9th. We don't know what's happening here. We filed a claim with the post office. They were like, we can either offer you a replacement or a refund. And I was like, well, I would like a replacement, but it was a seasonal item. So can I have like an equivalent like non-seasonal item instead? Because like since the season's kind of over, and they were like, that's fine. So I mean, I'm not going to say it's totally resolved yet because I have yet to receive the thing, but I did get an email saying the thing had been like shipped or whatever.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, so hopefully that's on its way.
Yeah. Was there anything else about Christmas you wanted to say?
Is there anything else about like the way we like celebrate that you think is like relevant?
I did find another tree today.
Yes, I'm actually very happy about that because like we started this conversation talking about like
your disappointment with the tree.
Yeah, just the overarchingly like it was never a favorite tree to begin with, but it's also it's had a lot of hardships this year.
Yeah, one of our neighbors was giving away 2 trees actually, but I think we're only going to be able to keep one because the other one was way too big and also didn't have a base.
Yeah, I mean the other one we were going to have to like cut off the like tip or something to fit it like onto.
The one that fits is 7.5 feet.
But there's a good there's probably there's a nice
6 or 8
space
inches
up above it. It looks nice.
It's not scraping
I think proportionally it fits in the space.
A 9-foot tree, that would be not fitting at all.
I mean, I think it would just be like touching the ceiling in a way that would be like aesthetically not good.
No.
But also you said that the base was not there or something, so that's probably just over. It's fine.
But it's pre-lit. Looks nice.
I think it looks really nice. I mean, I think it looks a little nicer than the tree that we have now. I mean, even prior to all the terrible things that have happened to the tree we have now, so.
Yes.
So I'm very excited about that.
Yeah,
me
too.
And we're not those, like, rush the tree away the day after Christmas people. Like, I know some people have already, like, I mean, probably the reason our neighbors were giving their tree away is that they probably, like, they're done with Christmas.
They literally were like...
They clean the whole thing. It's all gone. We at least wait till Epiphany, and, like, honestly, we usually linger.
When's Epiphany again?
I think it's, like, maybe the 6th of January.
Oh, we got way longer than that.
Yeah, I'm just saying, for classiness purposes, I'd like to say that we're, like, waiting
No, 6, definitely, right?
No, we definitely, like, leave it. I'd like to clear it away before it gets to be, like, old hat, like, oh, the Christmas decorations,
We can't be celebrating Valentine's Day with the Christmas tree.
We can't be like, we've transformed this into a Valentine's Day tree. I think I like to have it up at New Year's. You know, I think like a nice New Year's tree and like a little beyond.
No reason I have to rush that away before then.
Well, it's so dark this time of year.
Oh my
maybe
gosh,
use the extra
it's a
lighting
reason.
in the future. You know?
Yeah, absolutely.
But so I am very excited about the new tree.
Me too.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think that's everything I can think of right now. I'm excited to come back on the podcast again soon, because I think this is going to be a really exciting year for our family.
Yeah.
And I definitely think we'll have more things to talk about.
Definitely. Well, I think I'll be able to find you.
Hopefully you can track me down sometime.
Alright, well, thank you for being on the Rob Burgess Show again, Ash Burgess.
I'll talk to you soon.